I'm here with Dr. Armando Zamora, President of the Agencia Nacional de Hidrocarburos, the oil and gas regulator from Colombia. Hello, Doctor.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thanks. Colombia has seen ongoing interest in its oil and gas business, even despite COVID-19, with the Carlyle Group announcing a deal worth some $825 million for Occidental's onshore assets. What in your mind does this mean for the Colombia energy sector?
Thank you for the question, Catherine. Yes, what this means is that we are still in the map of investors. We are still attracting investment. It's not the only one deal that we have seen in the last few months, actually, because there's been a lot of reshuffling and restructuring of portfolios. But so far, the interest is there. Some companies have moved from the onshore to the offshore, and others the other way around.
Oh, interesting.
But we are continue alive and kicking even in these difficult times.
Excellent, excellent. So the offshore, as you say, has been a very interesting area for investors over the past few years. Can you give us an update on where things stand, both with the bidding process for assets there, as well as with planned activity like drilling or seismic?
Yes, this is one of the most promising provinces that we have at the moment. There is a lot of activity. Our first contract as ANH signed in 2004 was in the offshore, the Tayrona block, and only now we are beginning to see the results of that effort. We have had various discoveries, at least two that are promising, and we are seeing already plans to develop, to limit those discoveries, and actually to engage in the development. This is only the beginning. I mean, it's a vast area, and we are only beginning to see the first signs of economic potential, because the geological potential is there. So for next year, we will be offering about 6 areas for technical evaluation in the deeper offshore, where we can see a very interesting potential. But of course, the development will start near to the shore, because the country needs to develop onshore facilities and the logistical facilities. So yeah, it is a very encouraging area. It's one of the two, I would say, most promising opportunities or provinces. The other one is the unconventionals in the Mid Magdalena.
Right. And can you tell us any more about those specific development plans or drilling plans?
There are two wells, deep wells, which are half exploration, half delimitation, that were planned for this year but had to be postponed because of the pandemic. But there are also long-term plans for development of the area, shale areas in the offshore areas.
Okay. And unconventionals have also been always a hot topic in the in Colombia's sector. Can you tell us a little bit about what's new there and the progress of pilot projects?
Yes, what is new is that almost 2 years ago, a group of experts were commissioned by the government to give the government an opinion about how to develop the unconventional potential, and they strongly recommended to perform or to engage in pilot projects to show to the communities and to the population at large how the hydraulic fracturing for the development of this resource can be done in a safe, environmentally friendly way. And this year we will be, actually this week, we have all the preparations ready. The board of directors of the agency is approving the rules for engagement and the contract terms. We have so far 4 companies interested in performing those, up to 4 pilot projects, which will take place next year. And we are hopeful that this will illuminate or will allow us to see the huge potential that we have in the Mid Magdalena, which, according to the geological information that we have, is world class, second to none, and a huge potential for the country and even for the communities and society.
Okay. One last question, Dr. Zamora. Many countries and companies globally are focusing more and more on the energy transition. What opportunities does the ANH see here for Colombia?
Well, what we see is that as a country, the country has a policy of very actively making progress towards the energy transition, and that will have an effect on our local demand for hydrocarbons and for fossil fuels. But at the same time, we see a huge window of opportunity for our resources to be exploited to the benefit of society. There is an international market. We have still a lot of oil to be found, but more importantly, we see a huge potential for gas, which is the energy for the transition, is the fuel for the transition. And we are beginning to see that beyond the needs of our domestic market, we can see that we can start thinking of being an exporter of gas, if not for the region, but for the world, because the potential is world class.
Okay. Well, that's all the time we have today, Dr. Zamora. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you, Energy Intelligence, for the opportunity.
Of course. Thank you so much.